Hey there people, I am Oyashiro-sama and this is a quick little gameplay / tutorial on how to play as the medic in the Operation Two Cities missions as effective as possible. Now, the special thing about this is I'm not going with the usual QUICKFIX meta. I'm going to use the QUICKFIX instead. Alright, there we go. In MVM it is very important to buy the right upgrades in order to have success. And of course the most important down right is the projectile shield. I really cannot stress enough how important that one is. At least 1 point on that right away. Next I'm going for 2 points of healing mastery and 1 point of overheal expert. Checking the top of the screen on what kind of enemies are going to appear before the wave begins helps deciding if you might need to buy some resistance. In this case we're just fine. Okay, let me tell you a little bit more about the projectile shield. As you might have thought, it is a tool to shield your teammates and yourself against projectiles and hit-scan weapons. In other words, everything behind that shield is pretty damn safe. In addition, it also deals unexpected high amount of damage to any enemy that is close to it. To be as efficient as you can with this loadout, you want to use your shield as much as anyhow possible. It will be your main weapon over everything else, and you will use all the other tools at your disposal to attain or regain it. This is, by the way, one of the main reasons I use the QUICKFIX for this. Let me explain. The shield's energy bar fills up on 2 factors: healing done with the medigun and the amount of damage your patient is dealing to the enemy. Healing yourself with the Uber of the QUICKFIX counts towards this as well. This is a huge pro of this weapon and can be abused. And believe me, we'll abuse the hell out of that. QUICKFIX's Uber is the mega heal that will increase the healing rate to 300%. That should usually be enough to fill the bar within moments. Aside from that, you will also heal yourself to 125% of your maximum health. Even more if you bought some healing mastery. There I just tried to hit the sentry buster with the Uber sword to get some charge back. Do that whenever no revival or healing is needed by your teammates and you're not fully charged already. Sentry busters are excellent targets for doing so, since they will usually just ignore you and pass by. Take the chance while you've got it. In later stages of the game, a single Uber will fill up your shields almost entirely, and that without even healing a patient. Only healing or overhealing yourself with the Uber will make that happen. Oh yeah, and by the way, reviving. Of course that is your highest priority, second to staying alive yourself. Never forget that when playing as a medic. No one likes to wait to respawn or buy back in the game for money. So if you got an Uber ready, pop it on your dead teammates to get them back into action pretty much instantly. There we go. The scout did his job just as expected. Time to prepare for the next wave. First thing to do is upgrading the shield to level 2. The other upgrades are up to you. Personally, I like to upgrade healing mastery and overheal expert equally. The rest of my money I spend on resistances, since the icons on top of the screen indicate some hard times for me if I don't. The shield not only deals a nice amount of damage to enemies, but also to tanks. And that without much effort, so keep that in mind. While shield bashing the tank, you'd rather not heal your teammates, so their overheal decays and you charge up your shield energy faster, by bringing them back to full overheal. If a teammate dies, do your best and rush towards his reviver. Most people need to get back their orientation after being revived, so try and protect them a little bit. Here I see the risk of going down myself is too high, and I'm starting to retreat. I'm using the alternative way to get back to the heavy, and thanks to him we are controlling the situation a little bit better. This is a pretty good example why I spent money on the crit resistance. Otherwise I'd be dead by now. If you feel that you need to buy some upgrades to ensure survival mid-wave, don't hold back and just do it. It's probably the right decision.
One wave now, but they'll be back. Good. I'm giving you a bonus.
All in all, I'm going for 2 points of bullet resistance, 1 point of blast resistance, and 1 point of healing mastery for the following wave. Thanks to all these resistances, you should be really hard to take down. So right after the first enemy spawns, jump right at them and tickle them a little bit with your shield. Should you ever find yourself in a dire situation, just uber yourself and run back to your teammates to fill your shield again. If your Angie is dead for too long, his sentry is probably going to be destroyed really soon. Always remember, the shield needs to face the source of the attack, otherwise it will go through and hit you anyway. The shield is also an excellent way for spy checking. Just look, even though I'm healing him, he has no chance of survival. Here you can see a nice example of me exchanging my Uber for the shield. After the biggest threats of the wave are gone, you can really go wild with your shield. Maybe you didn't notice it by now, but the shield also acts as a kind of blockade. Robots will try to go around it if you don't walk towards them and keep them in the center of your view. That's a rather useful tactic if you know that you can kill the bot, but want to buy some time for your team to do so. As you can see here, by now we already did about twice as much damage the scout did and almost a quarter of the demo. For the fourth wave I bought the final upgrades for each healing mastery, OVL expert and blast resistance. Since there's no resistance to melee, I'm rather careful with these fellas. If you're unlucky, you can be dead in no time, so always keep an eye open for them. Here I did not really have a reason to Uber, but not having a shield ready made me feel uncomfortable. Beside that, I'm using it to chip on the tank, of course. That right here is one of these situations you really want to have fast revival and shields all the time, just as the QUICKFIX provides. Oh yeah, by the way, Pyros are really good medic buddies if you play with this loadout, since they will probably die a lot, you keep on reviving them and therefore regaining your shield very quickly. For wave number 5 I upgrade the final point for bullet resistance and put the rest on full speed. Now we already reached the perfect upgrades. The rest is not necessarily needed, but nice to have. Look onto healing the scout to get the same speed level as him, including all of his upgrades. There shouldn't be much difference between you and him close endgame though. Usually I keep the engineer not overhealed for quick shield refills. The more often your teammates die in a short time, the longer it will take you to bring them back to life. You will barely see any difference though if you use the quick fix. This wave I bought Canteen Mastery and a lot of crits canteens to buff my teammates with. It is important to attack the medic that is healing, otherwise they will never go down. The rest of this pretty much explains itself, so just watch.
I am fully charged!
If you manage to destroy the tank before it breaks the barrier, the rest of this wave will be really easy. Conclusion, we did quite some damage, supported our team a lot, and beat the map in one try. But most importantly, it was a lot of fun. And now that you know more about the QUICKFIX and MVM, go out there and have some fun with it. Maybe that will break down the Crits Creek meta. What more would you ask for?